Browne Ahern, Commissioner Europe Gagan Quinn, Ian Especialta, Colaka agus a Cordia Galer. While I'm reduced for just the Cora of Galer, good you know, called soon such show, as Gormagi was off behind shot and Armagin con Dale Alish on symposium show. President of Ireland, Commissioner Gagan Quinn, distinguished visitors, colleagues from around Europe, from the various universities in the Coimbra group, colleagues from this university, you're all very welcome this morning to this very interesting and I think very significant occasion. Over the past few days, I've had the pleasure in this university to welcome almost 200 colleagues from 40 universities in Europe, the 40 members of the Coimbra group, including the rectors and senior leadership of many of those institutions. I want to also welcome NUI Galway colleagues and indeed retired colleagues to the university, guests from other institutions and the wider community here with us this morning, and of course our keynote speakers. And a special welcome to Browne Ahern and Michael Higgins, who has taken the time this morning to be with us for this symposium. Thank you for that, President. We really appreciate it. So let me start by just saying a few words about the Coimbra Group. This group was established in 1985 as a network of then 20 universities. This university, NUI Galway, joined up in 1986. And in fact, 2 years later, 1988, 25 years ago, we hosted the Coimbra Annual Conference in this university. I want to acknowledge colleagues past and present, Professor Pat Fottrell, Dr. Seamus McMahuna, and many others who have done a tremendous job over the years to stay in our links with Coimbra, and thank them for their great efforts. Coimbra is really important to us. It now includes, as I said, 40 universities right across Europe, from the Arctic to the Mediterranean, from the Atlantic to the Baltic, all of them deeply engaged in research, in education, in teaching, and all working together to further scholarship, research and innovation in Europe. Indeed, this symposium this morning focuses on creativity, research and innovation in universities. It is widely understood that scholarship, creativity and research are central to the life of the university. We know that research-active teachers inculcate a spirit of inquiry in their students, which of course is the hallmark of university education. A sense of wonder at the world and the sense of inquiry that frequently generates is at the very heart of innovation. And innovation, as we know, is at the heart of Europe's future. Nor indeed is innovation the sole preserve of business and engineering schools, any more than creativity is confined to the humanities. I know one of our keynote speakers this morning will make reference to C.P. Snow and his famous essay in the 1960s on the two cultures. He will point out, and I agree, that both cultures share common ground and assumptions on integrity and rigour in the search for reliable and testable knowledge. And of course, universities are the unique environment within which to inculcate and cultivate that unity of the two cultures, and therefore profit from the insights which each brings. Indeed, many of the most interesting programmes of teaching and research today draw on what might in the past have been seen as separate and disparate and distinct disciplines. I'm thinking, for example, of areas like digital humanities, which uses the most up-to-date information and communications technology to make material available to scholars, and in that way offers new possibilities in terms of study of archives, for example, and in fact it's creating a whole new wave of industrial and business sectors in areas such as gaming, edutainment, infotainment, and indeed education itself. I can also instance engineering design, which draws new insights from psychology and aesthetics to create products which are functionally superb and pleasing to the user. Think, for example, of the Apple iPhone, the Samsung Galaxy, and thinking also of end products. Ultimately, innovation is about end products. And I don't just mean end products in the business or commercial sense. I'm thinking about end products as the output of research and scholarship having an impact on society, where that impact is measured in terms of the marketplace and commercial and business success, the public sphere, impact on social policy and associated policy interventions, the personal space, impact on quality of life of individual citizens, the intellectual space, impact on our quality of understanding of the world around us in all of its manifestations. Innovation is often, although not exclusively, about translating insights from scholarship and research into interventions which serve society and serve individuals. We are fortunate this morning to have available to us 4 very distinguished speakers from very different backgrounds who will offer us very different perspectives on that translation of scholarship into intervention, on that attempt, if you like, to take scholarship and research and bring impact to society. In a moment you will hear from Commissioner Gagan Quinn on how the European Union will address those challenges at a policy level in order to drive European competitiveness and prosperity. Following that, we have Professor Carol Becker, Dean of the Arts at Columbia University, who will take a very different perspective, I expect. She is a very respected, well-known academic who brings a unique perspective on the role of creativity across all disciplines, perspective on how idea generation and creativity are absolutely essential to disruptive innovation, which of course is at the core of what we're trying to achieve. Professor Learson from Amsterdam will look at creativity and innovation in relation to the traditional notions of scholarship in the university, try to define the core business of the university and the position of creativity and innovation in that. Finally, Professor Mark Ferguson will give a view which might be characterised as somewhat closer to the marketplace. He will look at scientific research in the context of economic utility and scientific innovation. So before I introduce Commissioner Gagan Quinn, can I thank the symposium speakers for being with us today. Thank you for joining us and look forward to a very proactive and stimulating discussion. Thank you very much.